Hello guys, good morning. You are all welcome once again to Catfish Solution Academy, where we give you in-depth information about catfish farming. Once again, my name is still Untitled, your anchor on Catfish Solution Prison Academy. Today is the 29th of November 2021. Today I'm supplying a jumbo size fast growing seeds to Abuja. I'm making this delivery is a delivery of a kind. That is why this supply is so special, because the delivery bus we are using presently is a kind of a chartered delivery van that is will be taking the seeds directly to the farm at Abuja. And based on this, we will be having a zero mortality on our 12 hours drive to Abuja. The seeds is going to Jabi Mall at Abuja, and we are taking it very early this morning. As you can see from this video, we started loading it around 4 a.m. in the morning, and we are taking it up into the box for the movement to Abuja at the express. So it will be getting there around 5 a.m. in the morning, so that the bus can start its journey in around 5. And because of the present bad road, and the long journey, it will be taking around 12 hours, 11 to 12 hours to get to the main destination. As we all know, if you are watching from my very previous video, the Abuja seeds are normally go through night bus, but I'm making this a morning bus because a lot of cares has been arranged to take care of the seedlings on the way. So we are putting a lot of preventive measures, which I normally advise and give some videos on this channel too as well, on how to prevent your fishes for a long drive. And we have been doing a kind of a long drive we have been doing it for a very long time. So because of the border that is closed presently, we supply to Ghana, Togo, and the rest, and we have been doing this for over 15 years. So taking seeds to a long journey does not really matter to us. Ours is to deliver as promised. But because of the bad network generally presently in the state, we have to put a lot of cautions and a lot of preventive measures in place, so that our seeds will get to destination. The only challenges we may have on seeds sending is the driver. Some of the drivers are very useless. I'm sorry to say this on social media network. What I mean by useless is that you might have collected your money for delivery, and you have secured all your expenses based on what you've been delivering. Because it's a livestock, this charges a lot. Some charges well over a lot of money on per cakes that we carry, because it's a livestock, making sure that they carried it to the destination safe and sound. So we paid a lot of money in doing that, and most of the registered company refuses to take livestock because of the risk involved. So we take it through some of these short buses, and we paid a lot in order to make sure that they get to the destination safe. But by the end of the day, you will still see a driver that promises to route a place for maybe 12 hours to about 24 hours, conveniently, if I should preserve my fishes, it can take 24 hours, but before it gets to 24 hours, maybe around 22 hours, you need to change the water. But these people would refuse in changing water after they might have collected the money, and they will delay it unnecessarily. Maybe there's a journey that should take 12 hours, as you can see from this Abuja drive. Some journeys are not up to 12 hours, and this driver will take it to state, leave your fishes to die on the road. By the end of the day, those are very frustrating drivers. But I know with goodwill, God will take absolutely control of that. So we are having a lot of difficulties based on these nonchalant drivers that are proving nonchalant attitude to businesses, and that is what is really affecting the country. Everything is not based or judged on the government, because this is our self hustle, and it is not by the government now. And you putting your boss on the road too is a self hustle too as well. So I think this has to be counterbalanced. So once again, today is the 29th of November 2021, and you can see from this video we are taking some super jumbos fast growing juvenile seeds to Abuja, and it is going very early this morning. And from that video, you'll be seeing when it arrives in Abuja at night. They get to Abuja around 9. Now it's 9 p.m. in the night, and the client received it with a happy mood, and I'm so delighted and happy because we have we have zero mortality, and again you will see another video that was shown in the morning when they are very super active, and because they are going to, the seeds are shared into two. One is going to Gombe, and one is going to Abuja. So that is how we roll it. And what I will be saying this on this video is why do you need to feed your fish to saturation? Is that don't feed to saturation if you fail to do this. For newbies or a working farmer, we all know what saturation, feeding to saturation catfish business mean. Feeding to saturation means feeding to satisfaction for the fishes. So, but why I'm making this short video is because of the feedbacks I have on my comment section, and a lot of calls I do received. So I'm just making this a very brief video. I don't encourage feeding to saturation. Why many people do that, and I presume you really want to feed to saturation. There should be a purpose of you feeding to saturation. That's why I tag this. If you really want to feed to saturation, you must you must know why you are feeding to saturation. For example, feeding to satisfaction, sometimes maybe you have 1,000, you stocked 1,000 pieces of fishes, and you really want to feed to saturation. That means you are feeding until none of the fishes come to feed anymore. But if you are using a transparent tank or a lower tank that doesn't have much water and the base is very, very clean, so by the time you check at the base of the pond, you will see a lot of wasted feed if you are really feeding to saturation. And by the end of the day, by the time some of the fishes are heavily fed, they vomited those fishes, and it comes afloat the water too as well. So this, what I'm driving at is that these are still some of the problem I point out, that you must learn how to underfeed and overfeed. If you are really working out on a particular raising period for your fishes, it is important for you to really know the amount of feed. It has to be a calculative amount of feed to feed them, so that they can really give you what you really want. They can grow up to the expected growth you are seeking for in your fishes. So that is why, if you watch from my previous video, I talked about how to feed to 3 months is different from how to feed for 6 months. The feeding pattern has to be very, very different. For like most people do say, at least if I'm feeding normally for 3 months, and if I decide to take it for 6 months, I think mine is just to be feeding them to saturation to make sure that they get to 6 months. It doesn't work like that. Why is that? Everything you are doing in catfish farming based on cost has to be calculated. Let me just give you an example as a human as well. Sometimes we eat to a certain level that we can't digest the feed anymore. And if we can't digest this feed anymore, it affects us. Why some other people eat the normal feed they eat in a day and they still do better. But if you are feeding to saturation, sometimes you may be wasting all your feed. So, but if you, I told you there's a recommended feeding efficiency that is really available. So you need to know this. You need to know that if my fishes are at juvenile size, how many percentage of feed that could be given to them and they will be okay, and this will work on their body tissues. So if you think you want to feed to saturation, make sure that you are going out and you will not be coming, you will not be feeding 2 times in a day, and you thought you are going back, you are coming back the next day, and with that you can consider that in feeding to saturation. That is what I do too as well. If I really want to feed to saturation, maybe I'm going out for a workshop, or I'm going out for a training, or I'm going out for a mentorship, and I'm going with some of my guys. So what we do is that we make sure that we feed to saturation. So maybe we'll not be back that night, or we come late in the night, and the only time we can visit the farm is in the morning. So we feed to saturation, so that if there's any kind of a wasted feed, the fishes themselves can manage that for the rest period that we didn't feed in the evening. That means they can make up with the gap. So that is why I'm bringing out this short video, that if you really want to feed to saturation, you must not fail to do some things. So there's a purpose of you feeding to saturation. So these are my purpose of feeding to saturation. But despite that, I feed based on the recommended proportion. That means the ration that will do better for them, that they will not pollute my water. Because by the time you pollute your water, most especially there are some brand of feed now that are meant with some ingredient, I can't say, some are full of blood meal and other kind of ingredient that pollutes water easily. So by the time you use those kind of feed, they are economical, they are very, very good. Those are the brand of feed I normally use to as well. But if I'm using it, I must feed to the recommendation ration for the fishes. Feeding to recommendation ration for the fishes will grow well on them. So these are really what you want to know. But if you think you really want to know more about this, please make sure that you get my ebooks titled The Secret of a Successful Catfish Business and the calculation of catfish feeding chart. And if you are running a launch business, make sure that you get the copy of my ebook, Guide to a Successful Melange Catfish Farming. So thank you so much as you are watching. May God bless you. And for those of you that have trust and really ordering with me, thank you and God bless you so much.